Thanks for clicking on my video. Welcome to the bonus painting part of the video. And now for a mukbang. This is what we will be painting today. It is the game Completionist. He's very freaking angry, and that's because he had to donate his life savings. It's a pretty funny story. Anyway, let's get into mukbanging. Okay. So this is a 3. This is a 4 point, but it's also red. I'm not going to be able to do too much science here, but I'm expecting one of these to be sweeter. I can't taste the difference. I almost forgot I had a few peas left. There's only like 4 though. And they've been out for like 2 days out of the fridge. But they do slap. New camera angle. I kind of like it. You can see more of my body. Should go back to doing them shirtless. I painted a picture of the Completionist today. He's going in my LOLCOW portraits. I painted like Chris Chan. I painted Daniel Larson. I painted Surf Shack Tito. Last P. I think pulling out 2 peppers for this meal might be a little excessive. I should do another one of those shows where I paint the fruit that I eat. Last time it didn't turn out as great as I think I could have done. But it was also my triumphant return to painting after a couple of months. At least it felt like a couple of months. I don't know how long it was really. I remember watching this clip. It was just a TikTok. But it was Andy Warhol eating a hamburger. It's a pretty famous piece of media, I guess. But amongst like the art world. But really, it's a mukbang. It's just a little bit awkward. And I think it's awkward because it's the first time it was ever done. Now, it's a totally legitimate, acceptable form of entertainment. I should have spaced out my apple with my pepper ratio. I think the second pepper was definitely a bad idea, but I kind of fucked myself by starting to eat it, so. Fuck, this is a monster pepper. One of my least favorite mukbangs was the time I ate a whole head of cabbage. Not cabbage, lettuce. It was a head of iceberg lettuce. And I sat very similar to where I am now. Same room. I just changed my setup. I used to be over there. Now I'm over here. I'm technically in my closet. In the closet is a term for homosexuals who are secretly homosexuals. One of my favorite bits is just Norm Macdonald on any talk show. I mean, like, what's something you don't know about me? Well, I'm a deeply closeted gay man. And it's just like everybody's all shocked. Like, what? Are you telling me right now that you're gay? And then Norm be like, hey, easy there. Because he's deeply closeted. So funny. Guy's totally funny. Treasure. A treasure to humanity. One of the coolest things he did was die in peace. He didn't even have to tell anybody he was sick. He had cancer. And he just didn't tell anybody. And then one day, he died. And it really shocked the world. Yeah, this pepper is huge. It's so thick. Like, it's like the pepper itself. Like, just the edges, it's so thick. It's like my dick. It's so fucking thick. I also remember the time I was trying to incorporate more leafy shit. So what I do, I try eating some kale. I do not recommend kale. Oh my god. Might be the closest time I've ever came to throwing up. It was so close. I was chewing it and I was going to try and swallow it, but it just wasn't going to go. And I gagged it up and spit it out of my mouth. And I was like, well, I think that's it for kale for me. And I haven't ate... I had the kale forever and kept it. And it's starting to get a little bit wilty in my fridge, so I threw it in the freezer. And it was in there for like months. There's not much going on in my fridge. Well, at times. My God. Yeah. Thanks so much for watching my videos and stuff. It's such a great time. My paintings, kind of feel lost with them. I don't know. Like, I think too much in my head a little bit of where I wanted to go with painting. Got in my head. But I just like painting. I don't like it when it's good. Good to other people's eyes, you know. And people think like, oh man, when you take a photograph, man, he's painting so good. And I'm like, could have just taken a photo. Don't really understand the symbolism of painting or something. At that point, But you know what bothers me more is people that do realism in their portraiture, and they get to the point and they're like, look at this beautiful portrait. Now I'm just gonna grab paint and put it everywhere. And the reason why they do that is so it's to remind the viewer that you're looking at a painting. I think, instead of a photograph. I think that's the idea behind it and why people do that. I think people also don't like painting the backgrounds, too, is another reason why they do that, and they just do a shitty job in the background, you know? Because, I don't know, I don't do a good job in the background, but I don't know how. I've just paint. No one taught me how to paint, and if somebody did try to listen to... I wouldn't even listen, I mean, if they tried to teach me how to paint, it would seem... I don't know. Using the brush and taking paint out of a tube and then using a brush and putting that paint on the canvas. And there's out there people teaching you how to do that. But then you're going to just be painting like whoever taught you to. Like, Bob Ross is a fantastic teacher, but like, at the end of the day, you're looking at a portrait or a landscape. So I don't know. I'll just leave this at paint goes hard. Painting goes hard. Remember to like and subscribe while you're here. Help the algorithm out a little bit. I'm not really an algorithm chaser. But then again, I've never really seen success on YouTube. But evidently so. You see my content. It's not polished. It's not spoon-fed to you like a kid. You really gotta sit down for my content. I don't know. I like making it. I like making it a whole lot. I'll show you where the camera normally goes. You know, in that way, I'll show you something else. In that way, I'm just like that. So thanks so much for watching. And now watch me paint this portrait of the completionist. Much love, my friends. Hey, what's up? Make sure I'm recording. I was making my last video and I did a little mukbang section for the beginning and I missed half of it because I didn't realize I was recording. And when I did, okay, let's see some. I'm doing a LOLCOW today. Going back to my roots. And that's why I feel like doing a little bit of an exaggeration here and there. The LOLCOW I decided to pick for my triumphant return of painting LOLCOWs is Gerard, the completionist. You might be familiar with him. He's been on YouTube for a long time. I've reached his platform. I used to watch him back in the day before when he actually completed video games. That's his whole thing, and he doesn't even freaking complete video games anymore. I've kind of stopped watching him after a while. No real particular reason, I guess, you know, just like you move on in the algorithm. Like, I play Grand Theft Auto all the time on my channel, I'm sure you all know, but I used to watch the Grand Theft Auto content creator, oh my god, I painted a portrait of him recently. The Dark Viper AU. Fantastic streamer, fantastic content. But I stopped watching him, and why? I had to think back at this because after I painted that portrait, he watched my video, and I wasn't prepared for that to happen. But I remember why, and it was because he streamed on Twitch. And he kept making videos on YouTube and be like, hey, I'm live on YouTube if you're watching this. I'll be deleting this video after when I'm done being live. And I'm like, all that did to me was make me pissed that I'm not watching a YouTube video right now because I clicked on a YouTube video. Ended up clicking on a freaking ad. He tricked me one too many times, so I went and unsubscribed. So that's all it took for me to unsubscribe. Stop getting his stuff in an algorithm. I'm starting to get a few TikToks or whatever, YouTube shorts now. YouTube figures that's what I want. Okay. He's got a bit of a sweater here. I'm actually painting the thumbnail of... he's another YouTuber. Carl Jobst. Okay, let's get his big lip. He's got a big pouty lip in his thumbnail. He picked a really good picture. Alright. I'm still mixing some paints up, but I ended up just going for some black paint. something about painting other LOLCOWs from the Carl Jobst channel. Who is it? Billy Mitchell, the greatest video game cheater. He's not really the greatest video game cheater, but he's the most pathological liar of them all, which kind of makes him great in a way. Alright, I'm just gonna put down a bunch of black for his hair. There's a lot of depth in his hair, but I'm just going to avoid that right now and paint it again a little bit later when this black paint has a bit to dry. But I just kind of don't want these whiteness of the canvas to pop through. So yeah, we'll just paint it solid black for now. Well, whatever. I'm mixing some other colors here and there into it. Oops. But like I said, this is just an initial layer. I'm not really like a portrait artist necessarily. That being said, I went through a phase of painting portraits because it was so freaking hard. I was like, dude, I'm never going to be able to paint a portrait. So was my actual thoughts. So I did. I just went and painted a portrait. And it actually turned out pretty good. I wanted to do something unique with all my portraits, which is something I abandoned after like 4 portraits. And just be like, okay, let's just focus on just a steady face. Oops. I don't think I made his eyes big enough. I left enough room for his eyes, I mean. Yeah, it looks like there should be a bunch more. Okay. Hopefully we can fill that in. I'll just fill it in with a different color right now. Just temporary. Yeah. You know what? It looks terrible, but let's just continue on. It doesn't look terrible. It looks cartoonish. You know what? I guess it's kind of like a caricature. Wasn't necessarily my big brain idea when I got up this morning, when I decided to paint this portrait. But hey, here we are now. I'm painting a caricature of... Okay, so why is this guy a LOLCOW? He kinda isn't. He's just a shitty, terrible, awful person that, you know? And, sometimes that's all it needs to take to be a LOLCOW. That's how Daniel Larson became a LOLCOW. He's schizophrenic and he's unwilling to work on himself. He's also incredibly dumb, I guess. Which might be the case with the Completionist here, too. I don't know. Who else? Yeah, a lot of people will just kind of get into LOLCOWs because of the way they look. And that's what they say about King Cobra, I think. I think he's just more... People are gawking at him. He's like, he also does weird shit a bit, but I think he does that on purpose. So people talk about him because there's money and power into people being interested in you. Yeah, I feel like I went a bit too far on his hair. His forehead needs to be like a bit bigger. I guess now I'm just laying down some layers. This is a bit of yellow ochre. Oh my god, he totally looks like a caricature. Oh, you know what it is? It's also this camera's at a funny angle, and it's wide. So whatever. It's exaggerated, but it looks like that. Yeah, now his eyes are too far out. Okay, I'll just go back a paintbrush. Okay. Let's make his eye come out a little bit further. The same, a little bit on this side, but not as dramatic. Did I even get a bit further? That's okay. Okay. Get some depth to the color of his skin a bit. Oh yeah, so the Completionist, his whole thing was he's doing shit for charity, but he was just doing shit his father did, right? He's not really doing anything original. And he just let his father deal with it. And his father's like, okay, I'll just steal this money too. That's what I do. So I think the Completionist is getting a lot of backlash for what his father did. But yeah, he did this open hands charity and to get money. And he says he's donating it to other charities. He's like an aggregator of those charities. And my God, his nose is so huge. You know, like, just maybe we should just lean into it, make him a huge nose. Humongous nose. It's a caricature now. So he took this money and he said he was donating it to charity. And then he just didn't. And then in his apology video, he was like, well, nonchalantly, I spent all that money on airplanes and hotels and stuff before the charity, the Open Hands charity. But there's like so much video of him going around saying shit like, none of the money is going to me. It's all going to charity. Like, there's even stuff paid for out of my own pocket. We pay for expenses out of my own pocket. And he just, I don't know, he's just so lying. I have to paint some bags under his eyes. He's quite stressed out. I think this is from his apology video where he's all like, please feel sad for me. And it worked initially. If you go back and see what the like ratio was at the beginning, which I don't know if you can. Apparently it was pretty good, but now if you go there, the like ratio is way out of hand. And he's just making videos. He removed himself from the thumbnails and stuff, so he's not stopping. He is not stopping. Okay. I'll have to fill up a bunch of this with paint because, okay, let's mix some yellow ochre and then some black together. Oops, got a bit of blue. All right. I think it needs to be blacker, almost coming out green. He's got like black souls around his eyes, you know. I guess that's what happens when you sell your soul to the devil. How could you use your mom, your dead mom at that, for money? Claim that it's going to charity for the disease that she died of. And then just like ignorantly not donate the money. For 10 years he kept that money in an account. And then they kind of asked like, well, hey, on your tax returns, you could kind of just see what you've done here. And he got so defensive. Anyway, he kind of sucks. And I guess that's why I'm painting him. And I don't know why I do this. It used to stem to the thing of what I watched. I used to just watch content like this on YouTube. I used to watch the LOLCOWs, Chris Chan and shit. But it kind of like occurs to me that that's bad. Those people suck. Like, why am I even focusing on them at all? Okay, let's go back. A paintbrush, a big one. Just go back. Oops, I kind of mixed. All right. Okay, that's doing good. I'm scared to just put straight white here, but I guess that's kind of what I want to do. Put some white. Oh my god. There's a layer of black underneath some paint here. Ah! One of my pubes. I watched this video where this guy's like, I regret buying these games, and I'll now show them to you. He ended up showing 2 games, and the first game had a pube on it, was the big reason why he regretted buying the game, and it looked like it was stuck on with some sticky substance, like, ugh, it's a jism. Alright, I think I got enough work on the face done. Oh no, I didn't. I should go back and get some color here underneath the lips. This is just skin color. Okay, yeah. Now let's go back. And this red eye I'm using is getting pretty dirty. Okay. Be a bit more on the red tinted side here on the edges. Even reddier than that. Look at that big pout. Oh, you feel so bad for the guy. Oh my god, I'm so sorry you stole from charity. How much? 100 grand? 600, 700 grand, I think. Like, the official paperwork says 655 grand, but that's from like a year ago. Alright. You just feel so sad for him. Man, imagine if you had dementia, or you have someone in your family that has dementia. It'd be pretty shitty. I need like a really thin brush. Oh, you know what I need is a liner brush. I should go buy a liner brush. Okay. Okay, let's just go for some eyebrows now. He's got a thick old eyebrow. Almost looks a bit fadier than that. Put a bit of white in there. The Completionist, like many men, is what should I say here? Going gray. And you can tell he's fighting it. Alright. Right now I'm just putting down some little bit of gray here, but it's mostly just for some depth in the hair. It's like a bit of yellow right here, but it's like a shine light. Okay. Make some more gray. Now let's go a bit not less subtle. There's just a few gray hairs I see. I really want to accentuate them for some reason. Okay, there's a bit of gray there. And then it's like, whoa. I'm getting a bit of gray in my beard. Should I fight it? Here's the thing. I don't care about my looks. Dude, you look psychotic. Alright, I'll just fix this eye. Not quite round enough. He's wearing a purple shirt. Probably his Twitch shirt. He sells streams on Twitch. He's just on there to ask for money now. I kind of like drying up, looking for some donos. Okay, let's mix some kind of brown with this black. It's kind of translucent, but I kind of want to, I don't know, you just see some kind of lightness, like it's the early stages of going gray. Oh, there's a big old gray part on his mustache. I missed. Just clean up my brush. Yeah, he's got some big old white hairs. Big old white hair here. Yeah, he's got like some whites up here. Alright, they're pretty good. They're pretty good. Okay, wait, yeah, let's go back for that brownness. There's actually a lot of brown up in his hair a little bit. In this picture, at least. I don't know. It could have been made up by Carl Jobst. I was thinking a painting of Carl Jobst would be kind of nice too. I like the guy. Alright. What to do now? I have a feeling I want a big old paintbrush because I'm going to paint the background now. So I'm just going to pick up a bunch of burnt sienna and a bit of yellow and a bunch of my orange. And I'm just going to mix that all together. Oh yeah. Now I'm going to put a bit of red in there. It's too orangey. Just wanted to look, the color. Oh wait, I forgot he had a gray sweater on. I was just about to paint all over that. Okay. They kind of look like bricks in the background of, oh fuck, in the background of photo, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and, oh, you know what I should do? This is not going to be enough paint that I mixed it. I'm just going to mix some gel medium in with my paint color. Now it's going to go a lot farther. Now that you're watching this, you'll know the background. Oh, the background down here color is going to be pure, but up here it's mixed. Is anybody, one day there might be one person who's like, I'm going to try and make, what do they do? They make a compendium of all your work of all time. You gotta be quite an artist to do this. It'd be really hard for me. It might be easy right now if they were to do it because I have all my art, but like, that's not going to stand the test of time. I'm not going to have it forever. But my YouTube here might be here forever. So there's going to be anything documented on my YouTube channel is going to be easier to authenticate, potentially. And I think that's kind of neat. Like Marge Simpson with a potato. I just think that's neat. Here, let's just get this edge up quicker. Does he have ears? Maybe the completionist doesn't have ears. We need somebody to do a deep dive to either know definitively if yes or no, does the completionist have ears? This is just some hard-hitting questions that no one's asking right now. And if they were asking it, the world would be a better place. But no, not very many people like me are out here asking questions. I'm not getting them answered. I'm just asking the hard questions. I'm not getting them answered. Wouldn't that be so embarrassing, though, for the completionist? Not even having ears. Oh my god, imagine not having ears. I feel like I could tease him about it now. Like, what are you going to do? Set up a charity for people who don't have any ears and then fundraise $700,000 for 10 years and then just keep all the money? You can do that? You wouldn't do that, completionist. I have evidence to say that he might do something like that before. Only the evidence I have is just things he's done in the past, you know? So it's kind of like, he might. He just might. That's the crazy thing. This red I use just gotta go. It's been on my palette for a little while now. You have a bit of a bruise right here in the thumbnail. Anyway, I just need some dark skin tone for his bruised up face. Oh yeah, he's got a bit of a unibrow. He must have not shaved it that day or waxed it. Okay. I just dropped a bunch of water right there. Okay. I think it just needs a little bit more work on the hair. I don't want to pick up the paint. I want to put it on top of it. I want to make some of that brown a little bit more subtle here and there. Ooh, this white needs to be a little bit more subtle. This one, not so much. I think I didn't do very good realism, but for like capturing what the energy of him in the world right now, you know, I think I nailed it. I think that's like, you look at that, and you're like, that angry, crazy, sad motherfucker is the completionist. And with that, I want to thank you for watching the whole episode. See, there's some money here. I'm gonna go buy some junk food. Didn't see that one coming because I'm eating healthier. But I don't need to explain myself. You need to explain it. If you made it to this part of the video, can you please in the comments explain GP does?